Okay, we're back, Melissa, with the creative season. I'm so excited to be painting with you. We are going to do these gorgeous gladiolas. I was just doing a quick sketch with the micron pen. I've had these for a couple of days now. I think you can see some of these. And they are looking lovely. Of course, they start to get a little bit old, right? So I was just going to finishing up a bit of a sketch here. We'll do this one too. We'll have a couple gladiola. I sometimes will take just a few and create my own little beautiful stalk, because that's really a fun thing to do. So we have these guys going up over here, and I have these two kind of running into each other, which is a lot of fun. And these guys are going to kind of be dancing over here. I hope you're enjoying this summer. It is a beautiful hot, right? If you're I'm in Northern California, we are just hot, hot, hot over here. And I'm going to do one more over here. Hopefully you can see I have a bigger piece of paper today because, you know, I was a little bit of falling into a bit of, just felt like I was a bit of a creative rut. And so whenever I get into a creative rut, well, then we have to do something different. We've got to mix it up, try some new things. So I've got 3, 4, 5 stalks because we always want to have uneven numbers. And I know these are looking a little bit wilty, but that's okay. That is okay. We can always use these guys up here as our inspiration. And I'm not going to do all of them, of course. I just pick what I love to do. If you don't know, I have a wonderful course out called From Timid to Bold, where I go in all the details of going through 4 different huge bouquets. It's just really a lot of fun that you might like to do if you're feeling like I need to change things up. We do different things in that series. I think after I finished filming it, I just was a bit depleted, just creatively speaking. So it's always interesting, even if you're doing creative things, you have to kind of keep your well filled, so to speak. Take a rest, do something different. I do embroidery too. That is something that I don't even typically show it. It's just very, very much something I do to replenish. But I also knew painting-wise, I needed to come back out, start doing some painting again. As you can see, I've got some different colors. We're going to do some of the summer colors that are a bit faded. And I have this beautiful paper that I got from an aunt of mine. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the color on that. So I had that for some inspiration because I realized the gladiolas, sometimes you too, I'll start looking for different things to use and for color combinations that really seem to sing together. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got my favorite number 7 brush. I have my Hooker's green and I have some permanent green, and they're all getting mixed up, and that's totally fine. And we are going to go ahead and start putting some green down. As you can see, we have really a very yellow green, right? So it may be 2 that might be a bit dark, and I have to go back and add some yellow, and that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. I want to get these stems up here. I'm not painting them all the way in because I'm going to add yellow, and of course we want our white to just dance, right? We want it to dance, and I can always add in some more detail as I desire to. First, just getting that green, starting to spread it around. I like to sometimes add in all of one color first. That way, I don't forget anything, right? It's easy to forget colors or a stock here, so I try to go in with one. We're going to go over here, go down. I love the change of seasons and how the colors change. I've been going out for a walk, or my morning, it's a run walk. Is that called a rock maybe? And just seeing the different flowers that are popping up. There's these really gorgeous flowers. In fact, I think someone told me it's a weed, which is interesting. And it really only blooms these beautiful white gorgeous flowers when it gets super hot out. So when it's like 106, it just is flourishing. And I thought, you know, there's a lesson there about flourishing in the heat, right? And only when the heat turns up and it just starts to really show off, which I think is fascinating, just fascinating. Now I told you I was going to add some yellow, and I want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some lemon yellow, and I'm going to throw in some lemon yellow in some of these areas of green, like right over here. And I'm gonna just let that dance. The wetter your paint is, of course, the more it's gonna dance together. And I may not have quite enough wetness on some of these areas. You can see I'm just dropping it in too. I'm not even too worried about being really neat or anything like that. For here, I've got some other fun things too that I may bring out to show you if time permits. I try to keep these YouTube videos about 20 minutes or so. So just adding in some more green, but let's go back for our yellow. Moving that over here and adding that over here. That's really nice, isn't it? Really, that's kind of the calm summer colors. Summer, the colors all fade. You know, the heat goes up and the colors fade a bit. We all get a little bit lower energy. We do different things instead of the bustling of the spring. All right, I'm gonna move this over here like that. All right, I'm gonna now grab my yellow, just the yellow, and we are gonna start adding in some of our beautiful, beautiful petals. And you can tell too, I am just letting these dance around, looking at how they are dancing together. Those beautiful petals that go up and they go out and down, and then you have this one which is still not all the way open like that one down there, and just showing all the beautiful intricacies. So I love that. I absolutely love that. And I can see too where I want to add a little bit more green where it is wrapping around, like right here, right? There we go, just right in there. I meant to put maybe a little bit of green here. That's hiding it. It's beautiful. Really, really lovely. I'm going to grab that yellow. Now I am going to add another yellow in to show the depth and some of the shadowing. I think I have some gamboge. This is gamboge next to it, which is a warmer. It's almost a yellow that has a bit of some depth, right? Isn't that nice? And so where I'm wanting to add in some depth, we can see a lot of the ridges on the tips, so I can just even add it right in there and letting the color dance together. Isn't that fun? So those ridges over on the side, so I can just add in some color there, just showing the depth and the texture of the flowers. And of course we're going to come back and add some more colors because you know how we love to do that, right? We love to layer on. And so right now though, we're just letting everything just dance very, very light. We're not too worried about getting anything exact. This is just a really lovely summer bouquet. I'm going to come down here with this guy. And this one is almost a side portrait of that flower. So we'll get some more color over here. And this is beautiful. Isn't that fun? And those colors just dance together, don't they? They really, really, really look pretty. And I am painting on a little bit of a bigger piece of paper because once again, to get out of that rut, sometimes like, okay, you got to do stuff different, right? Either paint smaller, paint bigger. What are we going to do? Now I'm going to go grab an orange. Now this orange is a cadmium orange light. It's a bit more opaque, which means, and I'll show you, so see how it's a little bit, you can still see through it, but not quite as much. But I like it because it's still a summer yellow. It has almost a sense of coolness about it, right? And we're just gonna move this right over here. It's like a Georgia peach color almost. It's a bit of a delicate, muted cool. If you can call an orange cool. I really like this one. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretend that there's two oranges right next to each other. And I am, of course, I'm gonna add in some other color. And I think what I might even add in is I might even add in some pink to really, because you can see, you look on here and it's definitely a peach, but you can see that almost a tinge of pink in there, right? I think that's what I'm seeing. So we definitely, if there's pink to be had, I definitely want to, let's play with that pink here. Okay, so I'm going to put in some more orange here and just letting my colors really just kind of dance around. I'm not too anxious about getting everything super perfect. We can see the stems inside of here that I will add in later after it dries. I am gonna grab just a little bit of pink here. Not a lot. I don't want it to be overwhelmingly pink. I want to just pink cool up some of that. Oh, see, that's so pretty. That is so pretty. And it doesn't look pink, it looks like peach, right? There we go. And so part of it is having your paint wet enough that they just dance together. I am loving that so much. So much. I also am having fun with having the black sketch, right? That's a different look. All right, so we're coming up here, and I think I had a gladiola pinking out here. We're gonna put just a little bit of that bloom. That's a lot of fun. Okay, all right, adding a little bit more orange so then I can dab in a bit of pink here without, again, it looking pink. It starts to just take on that beautiful Georgia peach color, which I love it. I love it, and I'm so excited about peaches coming out because I love peaches and I love all the things you can do with peaches. To be honest with you, I love desserts. I love fruit desserts in the summertime. All right, so I'm gonna add in a bit of orange over that. Who else? I should do a watercolor with our favorite desserts, right? That would be fun. Now again, you can use this too. Now this is gonna be a bit more pinky, but that's okay because I'll put the pink down first and I'm just gonna put that orange, get my brush wet, and dab in the orange over. Isn't that fun? Okay. Really nice. So we've got those two gladiolas next to each other, and I'm really liking that. I'm looking too and going, okay, now I should, like with this one here, I need to maybe make those ridges out just a little bit more. We're just gonna, there we go, just to show that personality of the plant. And as we add in the stems and other details, it'll even look more and more like a gladiola. So I've got that over here. That's really fun though. I think that's lovely. I think it's lovely. I'm gonna just go ahead and go over here now, and that's looking really pretty. So we're gonna move over here, and I had this one more of curled around, right? So I wanna make sure I paint it so where I'm leaving lots of white, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly add in that pink so that blends. That's nice. That is really nice. And then this one, I'm gonna hold off on that one because I don't want them to blend together. But I'll go ahead and add back here. I'm just looking at this again and looking at that leaf coming out over here. It's so pretty. Looking too, we definitely have the paler middle, right? So I will go ahead and just put something really pale here. And this is a center of one over here. Yep, and then I'm even gonna go along. Another way is we could just take our orange, ooh, that just danced, didn't it? And go all around the edges. And here, right over here. That's really fun. And then down here, I'm gonna go nice and bold. And I'm gonna grab some of that pink again and go up here. And then this one too, this was another one that we've just got see, they start to dance. That's okay. I'm not too bothered about that. Going a little bit lighter there, but let's go ahead, and this one was looking out to the side. So, and we've got some petals coming out over here. And you can see how loose. I'm also holding my brush really pretty loose, and I'm not scrunching it, right? I'm moving it. That's nice about the light brush. I'm really letting the paint do a lot of the work. I'm dabbing. I'm not doing big brush strokes with this one. Again, just a little bit different. It's interesting with different flower personalities. They bring out different brush strokes, they bring out different styles, and these gladiolas, there's just a beautiful carefree elegance about them that I love. They're gorgeous, they're elegant, but they almost as if they don't take themselves too seriously. Which, I don't know about you, but I just need that reminder not to take myself or life or things too seriously, right? I was over with my grandma yesterday, and we just had a really nice lunch together. I had a break in between work as I was traveling, and it was just really fun to spend a couple hours with her, and she told me some stories about when she was a girl, and it was precious. It was just really precious. Definitely, it's so funny all the things we get caught up doing, but something like that can be so meaningful and means so much. And just you look at your week and go, that was just the highlight of my week. So thinking of her today. Okay. Okay, so this is nice. And I don't want to put too much because you can start to see you may even start to see where that paper is buckling a little bit. I'm going to come in. You can kind of start to see it in here. So whenever I see it buckling, I'm like, okay, let's let everything dry. We won't end up seeing the layers on this painting, but that's totally okay. Let me see where we are. 15 minutes, not bad. Now you saw in the paper too, and we've got the green, but even we have some fun with just a little bit of blue, and I'm not quite sure. I want to incorporate that in just a little bit. So I've got my phthalo blue, which is like that light turquoise blue, which is definitely can be a little summery. So that maybe a little bit right over here on the stems. And then I'll come back and bring in the yellow with them too. But that would be, I just wanted to add something, just a little bit of that cool blue. Not a lot, but a little bit. I thought that might be fun. And of course what I can do too is take that lemon yellow and just move it down. And that, again, that kind of brings a different personality out, doesn't it? Oh, look at that. That's really fun. If you ever put a blue down or another color, you think to yourself, my goodness, that was too much. Just grab the lighter color and go over it. No problem at all. I'm going to go over here a little bit. I may end up doing some more blue, but I kind of am loving too the yellows and the oranges, the peach colors that we're coming up with. Okay, let me go back to that lemon yellow over here, and I think you can still see that okay. Okay, you can. I tried raising the camera up as high as it would go. We're going to move that down here. I'm loving this. I'm actually really, really loving this and just feel really light as I paint it, which I'm happy about. Really happy about. Sometimes I paint things and I'm like, whew, I don't know about this. It's going south fast. You can usually always fix them, but this one I have a nice, this is nice. This is really nice. I'm going to grab that gamboge. If you don't have gamboge, you can use like a cadmium yellow. It's going to be very similar. Really pretty though, right? Isn't that gorgeous? And again, I'll end up sketching in the stems and the stalks, and that will make them even look more like gladiolus. Put some more orange over here so we get the tip of it out. And we always talk about this distinguishing characteristics of flowers, and for gladiolus, getting those tips, right? Those tips, making sure that they show really, really nicely is really important. So what you can do too, if you think I just want to make them a little bit more gladiola-like, we can come back and again on the very edges, make sure we get the sharp tips. And ideally, they're not all the same height, right? So you have some curving, you have them doing different things, you have the flowers going all the way up on one. We'll put a tip out here, right? And then over here too. That's really nice. Bringing in my green, adding in too a little bit of pink to the green. That will actually darken it up a bit. And I can add some, just that shadowing over here, where it would be some shadowing where the sun is coming down and the flowers are weighing on the stems, right? That's fun. And here it was really thick. You almost couldn't see the stems at all, so I wanted to emulate that. Okay, lovely. Now, this is really fun. I can't really put any more micron pen on this because it's still pretty wet, but this is going to be really beautiful. So you could really do this if you have cut flowers, gladiolas, or any other flower, of just going across the board, making sure they're different lengths, keeping some of them close together, spreading some of them apart. I will definitely come back and add some more fun details, but this is a really fun start. So I hope you're having a wonderful start to your summer. We had a great time painting these gorgeous gladiolas, and I'm going to see you really soon.